What is your reaction? You wrote that letter to the Attorney General so many months ago, and now Governor Bentley has resigned. What's your reaction?
The state of Alabama, the elected officials, me and everybody else, we've got to do a better job. It's obvious that we're not doing the job that people sent us down here to do. But we've got some of the best people that I've ever been around. We just got to put politics aside and start doing the right thing. The best way I can put it, John, is Governor Ivey, in her very brief statement after she was sworn in, she said this is both a dark day in the state of Alabama and an opportunity. And that's the way that the people of Alabama have got to look at it. We've got one more opportunity. We've had several. We've got to make this one count. We've got to do the right thing.
There have been a lot of references today that the trouble that Chief Justice Roy Moore, former Chief Justice Roy Moore, was in. Of course, former Governor Don Siegelman was convicted after he left office. Guy Hunt several years ago, more than 20 years ago, and we've had other officials. But today, I mean, to have the governor that's been in office for 6 years step down, facing impeachment, facing an ethics complaint, and facing a potential grand jury investigation, what does that say about the state of politics here in Montgomery?
It's a sad state of affairs, as we say in the South. You know, we've got to do a better job. We've got people that have got their credentials to be in politics, but obviously we're missing some of those credentials. We've got to look in their heart. You can have all the degrees in the world and all the work experience behind you that anybody can have, but obviously what we're lacking is not brain power, it's in the heart. And this is a good week to talk about that.
Does his resignation and his guilty plea of those 2 misdemeanors satisfy the accountability you were seeking when you mailed that letter to the Attorney General?
Well, I hand-delivered the letter to the Attorney General, and to this day I haven't even received a courtesy call from the Attorney General that he received it. Now, I think your station a while later actually got the Attorney General at that time to acknowledge that he had it. But you know, this is, like Governor Ivey said, this is a dark day. And I stepped forward because this is what I'm down here to do the right thing. I am, as it says in the House, Vox Populi, the Latin term, voice of the people. I'm also the eyes and the ears of the people. And from time to time, I have to be the voice of the people going over, like to the AG's office. We need to make this the best state that it can be, and we have got a wonderful state. We've got great people, and we've got great people down here, but we've got to step outside the box of politics and step inside the box of just being good old-fashioned Southerners from Alabama that will do the right thing.
How, in what way does his resignation, if any, wound or hurt the Republican Party in Alabama going forward?
The Republican Party, I'm not sure. I think it just hurts anybody that's in political office now, because you know, we all share a part of this. We're all in the public's eyes. We're all part of Montgomery, and that's the sad thing, because like I said, some of the best people I've ever been around in my life, some of the smartest people, most educated people, they're down here, but they get involved in politics. And a lot of times they'll walk past when they should stop and raise their hand. They'll stay seated when they should stand up and say, this isn't right. That's what we've got to get back to. We've got the right people down here. We just got to put politics aside. It's not about R's and D's. It's about being Alabamians that care about your family and care about the family of everybody around us, and come down here and do the right thing.
Now it's time for you to get back to business tomorrow as the regular session reconvenes with all the budgets pending and bills with prisons. So thank you so much, Representative Alan Farley from McAdory in Jefferson County. Thank you so much. And we're going to